Feels like I'm standing in a timeless dream of light mists, of pale amber rose. Feels like I'm lost in a deep cloud of heavenly scent, touching, discovering you. Those days of warm rains come rushing back to me. Miles of windless summer night air, secret moments shared in the heat of the afternoon. Out of the stillness, soft-spoken words. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. You've got the most unbelievable blue eyes I've ever seen. You've got me almost melting away as we lay there under a blue sky with pure white stars. Exotic sweetness, magical time.
I was going to tell you all to be seated, but you already are, so kind of ruined my opener, but thank you. So for those of you who don't know, my name's John. I'm a friend of RJ and Cameron's, so I'm not just some regular old officiant, so you have to bear with me. I'm nervous, probably going to cry a lot, but I see a lot of familiar faces, and I took a Valium, so we should be fairly good to get through this. I know they were holding out for Countess Luann, one of the Real Housewives, to officiate their wedding, but you're stuck with me for the day. It's an honor and privilege to be here, to be wedding you two on the biggest day of your lives, at a wedding that I assume we all thought would be hundreds and hundreds of people, which is not, which is a testament to everybody here. It shows how important every single person here is to the two of them, how much you mean to them. We've raised them, we've gone to school with them, worked with them, grown with them, been there through the good and the bad, as they have been for us. And I mean, again, parents speaks for themselves, but as friends, friends mold you into the person you are, and you two have done that for every single person here. And that's why every single person is here today, to spend the biggest day of your lives with you guys. And it's again, it's a testament to every single person here. And it's just a privilege, you know, it's an honor and privilege to be here as you guys embark on a new journey and as you learn to make new stories and new memories together. RJ and Cameron are both happy to have their parents, Laura, Mark, and Leslie here. You guys are the driving forces of their lives. You raised them, you built them, you made them who they are today. You are the reason they're here. You are the reason they are everything that they are. I asked them a bunch of questions. I wanted to know what they had to say to you guys. We had to narrow it down, but they had a few things that they wanted to thank you guys for just doing for them throughout their lives that they may or may not have ever acknowledged, but they want to today. I have to read this, sorry. Laura. Sorry. RJ wants you to know how thankful he is for being his rock, for guiding him every step of the way, how amazing and supportive you were when he came out, and even though he may not have thanked you then, today he wants you to know how much it meant. Wow, this is tougher than I thought. Mostly he wants you to know that he recognizes from day one that you put he and Danny before everything and anything. That you let your kids become your dream and you saw that dream out every day since they were born. Mark, Leslie, you've never questioned Cameron's ambitions. You always pushed him to move forward, supported him. He could always count on you through thick and thin, and at times that he thought he might fall flat on his face, you're always there to pick him up. Mark, his biggest thanks to you is that when he was 9 years old, you let him sit on your shoulders at a Britney Spears concert. So we'd like to invite you up here for him to sit on your shoulders for the remainder of the ceremony. Sure? All right.
That is a pass.
All right, figure we offer. The point is the three of you are their everything. You've been there since day one, and you're going to be there for every day for the rest of their lives. As we do talk about family, unfortunately, there's always a time we have to talk about the people that are no longer with us. So I'd like to take a moment.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's your wedding, man. Do it.
Yep.
Do what you got to do. To recognize RJ's grandparents, Earl and Elaine Liebert, and Cameron's grandfather, Wesley Choate. So, thank you for that. I also think today we need to take a moment to really acknowledge the fact that we live in a kind of shitty world, but this stands out. We're in a moment where love means more than what people try to make it out to be or kind of define it in one way or another, but you two are the definition of what love is. It's everything. It's two people who just adore each other. And I wish more people were open-minded and wide-eyed to be able to be a part of this kind of moment that for so long people wouldn't accept, and here we are today, really just in something that's perfect. So I think we needed to acknowledge that. So I asked Cameron and RJ a couple things that they wanted to, their favorite things about each other, because I just kind of wanted to get insight into what you guys had to say about each other and some of your favorite things about each other. And I know your vows will take care of that, but I'm going to touch on the few things that they chose to say. And the first was that Cameron, RJ loves how you always make him feel attractive even before his nose job. First thing he wrote. That you could always talk him off a ledge when you know he's being irrational or anything like that. that you clean the house because he hates cleaning, and that when you guys have plans or you're spontaneous about anything, you always kind of just go with the flow and appreciate what he does, and when he does it, somewhat like your engagement, when you thought you were going to, like, I don't know where, but you ended up in Iceland, so...
Iceland 12 hours later.
Yeah, that. RJ. Cameron loves that if you say you're going to do something, you do it. He says many people talk about doing things, however, they don't follow through with it, but you do. You have a way of making things happen no matter what. You're not afraid to speak up if something isn't right, whether it's in terms of being a perfectionist, and also if someone is doing or saying something that's wrong, you have something to say about it. You do nice things for people that you care about, and you love surprising people. You have a soft spot for most animals, and you're an amazing planner and decision maker, other than the photos we took today in the desert.
They look beautiful.
I also asked you guys questions about your favorite things to do together, and I thought the best part about this was that you guys answered almost identically, so I didn't even have to do like a you like and a you like. You guys both talked about your Sundays in bed doing Postmates, ordering Postmates, watching The Real Housewives, going on trips, going to Disney, but I really thought it just said a lot about the two of you that apart when you answered the questions, the things you loved most were the exact same things about each other, which makes it even more perfect that you two are here today. At this time, we're going to have two readings, a break from me. So we're going to have Tim is going to read something that RJ chose, and after that, we will have Andrew read something that Cameron chose.
The first time I saw you, my heart fell. The second time I saw you, my heart fell. The third time, fourth time, fifth time, and every time since then, my heart has fallen. When I see you, the world stops. It stops, and all that exists for me is you and my eyes staring at you. There's nothing else. No noise, no other people, no thoughts or worries, no yesterday, no tomorrow. The world just stops, and it is a beautiful place, and there is only you. Just you and my eyes staring at you. When you're gone, the world starts again, and I don't like it as much. I can live in it, but I don't like it. I just walk around in it and wait to see you again, and wait for it to stop again. I love when it stops.
Nothing you say wouldn't interest me. All of your words are like poems to me. I would be honored if you would take me as I am. I want you to look right in my eyes, to tell me you love me, to be by my side. I want you at the end of my life. I want to see your face when I fall with grace, at the moment I die. Is that all right? I hope you're still with me when I'm not quite myself, and I pray that you'll lift me when you know I need help. It's a warm celebration of all of our years. I dream of our story, of our fairy tale, family dinners and family trees, knowing if we stay together that things will be right.
Am I supposed to have a microphone for you guys?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we're both loud.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys both for reading that. I already gave you guys some of your favorite things you spoke about with each other, but now is your time to tell each other how you feel about each other, and you both wrote your own vows, so RJ, the stage is yours. I can go get a tissue if you need.
I think I'm good.
All right.
I was on Fire Island on my birthday, and I went to lie on the beach after going out dancing. I was listening to the waves crashing and thinking about what I wanted to accomplish during that year, and I realized I was ready and open to finding love. I vividly remember being on the train back from Fire Island with Tim snoring next to me, and seeing that you liked a photo of Alex Stern and me. Less than a week later, on our first date at Dave & Buster's, I knew we were going to get married. I remember making us take a picture in the photo booth so we could have it for the rest of our lives. I instantly felt like I knew everything about you, and you knew everything about me, and it was exciting in a way I'd never experienced before. 3.5 years later, I am so happy to be standing here with our family, friends, and dogs, marrying you. You have made my life so much better. My friends can attest that I have never been happier than during our relationship. Our life is an adventure, and I can't imagine going through it with anyone other than you. People say that they are marrying their best friends, and I always have rolled my eyes and found it cliche, but I'm actually marrying my best friend. I have so many moments where we are sitting on the couch and I look at you and think about how perfect you are and how you make me a better person. That made it difficult when I knew I was proposing because I kept almost doing it on the couch in the middle of watching the Real Housewives of New York Scary Island episode for the millionth time. We are a team and we're in this together. I like to pretend that I'm vacant emotionally and completely independent, but I am not with you. When you're gone, even for a night, I want you beside me and miss you. Before we dated, I valued my alone time. Now I can't imagine not being with you every morning and every night. I do not feel that way about anyone except you. We could not be a better team. I know you are always there for me. You are my rock. You've talked me off a ledge more times than I can count. You are so strong for me. When you held my hand in the hospital a few weeks ago, I know you were a mess, but you held it together to support me. And I can't appreciate things like that more. You're a ball of happiness and it radiates to me. You are the funniest people I know and can always make me laugh even when I'm in the worst mood. You make me feel attractive even before the nose job, teeth bonding, and Botox. I implicitly trust you and have from the beginning. I vow to help you find the Apple remote when you lose it on a nightly basis. I vow to continue surprising you, whether it's a trip to Iceland or ordering Postmates delivery from Milk Bar, which is only 3 blocks away. I vow to make you laugh when you're having a bad day. I promise to make our little family with Dawson and Amanda the most supported and happiest family that it could be. I promise to talk things out rather than get heated. I promise to treat every day like it's our first date and carry the spark through the rest of our relationship. I know our relationship will stand the test of time.
Okay, my turn. Okay, so RJ, you've offered more to my life than I ever could have expected from being in a relationship. From the moment you messaged me on Facebook and told me I was cuter than Britney Spears in the Lucky video, which is the ultimate compliment, I knew you were someone special. When we met in person at Dave & Buster's a few days later, I knew you were the one, even if I was slightly burnt about you kicking my ass at air hockey, which is something I've never admitted until now.
Exactly.
I instantly fell in love with your adorable smile, your go-getter personality, and your amazing sense of humor, not to mention your iconic fashion sense. We had so much fun that night, and it truly set the tone for the rest of our relationship. With you and because of you, I've seen the world and experienced life at its absolute fullest, and I'm so grateful. In just 3 years together, we've flown all over the U.S. We've been to 5 different countries. We've seen more pop concerts than I can count. And most importantly, we've binge watched, I did the math on this, 56 seasons of 7 Real Housewives franchises. And that's not including Vanderpump Rules. I love doing everything and absolutely nothing with you at the same time. Your ability to make each day a new and exciting one is incredible. And I'm so lucky that you chose me to walk through life with you. You're my best friend and my soulmate. I know that sounds like a cliche you would hear from someone ridiculous, like Caroline Manzo, but I genuinely mean that, and I can't thank you enough. Going into our lives together, I promise to love you as hard as I possibly can. I promise to always put us first and to always stand by your side. I promise to be there for you when times are at their best and when they're at their worst. You've been my rock since day one, and I promise to be yours in return. I promise to take care of you when you're sick, which is a really big deal because you were a lot when you're sick. I promise to always be loyal. I promise to always be respectful and to always be honest and upfront with you. I promise to grow old with you, even if our faces won't show it, thanks to Botox and fillers. I promise to always be the best dog dad with you that I possibly can be. And I promise to always be your sous chef, which I know is important to you. Sorry, I said a lot of things that I promise. I promise to always tell you that your legs are sexy, because they are. I promise to never stop dancing around the house in my underwear, even if you pretend to hate it. I promise to say I love you every single day. And most importantly, I promise to always support the fact that your birthday is a really, really big deal. You're my favorite person in the world, and words can't express how I feel about you. The past 3.5 years are the best I've ever had, and I can't wait to call you my husband. I'm so happy we're here today, surrounded by all of our favorite people, kicking off the rest of our lives together. I love you.
Love you too.
I'm just trying to keep it together. You ready?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Marriage is voluntary and full commitment. It's made in the deepest sense to the exclusion of all others, and it's entered into with the desire that it'll last for a lifetime. So now we come to the words that RJ and Cameron most want to hear today, the words that are going to take you over the threshold from being engaged to being married. Before you declare your vows to one another, I want to hear you confirm that it is indeed your intention to be married today. RJ.
It is. Yes.
Well, not yet. We still have things.
Babe,
Wait,
oh,
right,
sorry.
yeah, no, we're getting there.
Jump to the
I get it. All right, we know.
Yes.
Do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Cameron in marriage? If so, answer I do.
I do.
Cameron, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to RJ in marriage?
I do.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not married yet, so calm down.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're getting there. It says to face each other and hold hands, but you're already facing each other,
we can
so
hold
yeah.
hands. They're wet, I'm sorry. The tears.
For you, sir?
Oh. So I put it on him.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I asked you if you wanted to do this before the blessings.
Yes. No, this is perfect. No, this is good.
Is this the right one?
Yep, that's the right one. Done and done.
No, you got to say things.
Okay, got it. Not done.
All right.
Hold my
Oof.
hand.
You're making me fail at this
Sorry.
badly now. RJ, repeat after me. I, RJ,
I, RJ,
take you, Cameron, to be my husband,
take you, Cameron, to be my husband,
to share my life with yours,
to share my life with yours,
and build our dreams together,
and build our dreams together,
to support you through times of trouble and rejoice with you in times of happiness.
to support you through times of trouble and rejoice in times of happiness.
I promise to give you respect, love, and loyalty.
I promise you respect, love, and loyalty.
This commitment is made in love, lived in hope,
This commitment is made in love and lived in hope,
and made new every day for the rest of our lives.
and made new every day for the rest of our lives.
I think I did the ring thing backwards, but we're going to be okay.
It's fine.
with this.
We're good. Oh. Here we go.
Cameron? I, Cameron, take you, RJ, to be my husband,
I, Cameron, take you, RJ, to be my husband,
to share my life with yours,
to share my life with yours,
build our dreams together,
build our dreams together,
to support you through times of trouble,
to support you through times of trouble,
and rejoice with you in times of
and
happiness.
rejoice with you in times of happiness.
I promise to give you respect, love, and loyalty.
I promise to give you respect, love, and loyalty.
This commitment is made in love,
This commitment is made in love,
lived in hope,
lived in hope,
and made new every day for the rest of our lives.
and made new every day for the rest of our lives.
Repeat after me.
Uh-huh.
Cameron, you're the love of my life
Cameron, you're the love of my life,
and my very best friend.
and my very best friend.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my lasting love
I gave you that ring as a lasting symbol of my love,
and undying devotion to you for the rest of our lives.
and undying devotion to you for the rest of our lives.
Cameron, RJ, you're the love of my life
RJ, you are the love of my
and
life,
my very best friend.
and my very best friend.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my lasting love
I gave you this ring as a symbol of my lasting love,
and undying devotion to you for the rest of your lives,
And-
our lives.
and undying devotion to you for the rest of our lives.
May these rings remind you always that you're surrounded by enduring love.
May these.
No, that's
Oh.
just me telling you that. Sorry. You should have got the countess.
That
I don't
seemed
know
like
what
a
to tell
weird
you.
one for me to say.
That's what happens when you get ordained online. So at this point, we're going to have everybody in the wedding party give some words of well wishes to the groom and groom. Mary Kay?
I wish for you to continue to be each other's support system. Because life is unpredictable and not everything is within our control, even RJ's. But if you're with the right person, then you can handle anything.
May you always lift one another up. Nervous. And always challenge each other to be the best versions of yourself.
May you guys continue to support each other and always put in the work. You better work, bitch.
May you together always find happiness in adventures big and small.
May your love for each other always be stronger than yesterday. And may you always remember to dance until the romance.
And may you watch 500 more hours of The Real Housewives. And may your life be filled with diamonds and roses.
May the years ahead be filled with lasting joy and many Britney Spears concerts.
There's a theme.
So many Britney Spears.
Wishing you a lifetime of love, happiness, and dance parties.
When one of you falls short, I wish you acceptance, perspective, and forgiveness for yourself and for each other.
I want you to carry laughter with you wherever you go.
I hope you find fun in the mundane parts of life, like going to Sprouts. and always make it nice.
I hope you guys continue to be the yin to each other's yang and bring balance and continue to complement each other like you already do so well.
We're honored here to be celebrating such a great day with both of you, and we look forward to celebrating many, many more, and we will be here to stand by you through any bumps in the road. We hit. We love you. We love you very much.
I hope that when you do argue, you only argue with love, and you remember that at the end of the day, you guys are going to be okay.
I wish you both a lifetime of great health, great wealth, immense happiness.
Thank you. Okay. All right.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Love you.
I hope you guys have a lifetime full of happiness, health, success, that you keep building dreams together, that you make each other better, that you lift each other up every day from here on forward, through the good and the bad, that you're each other's rocks forever, and that you keep growing together and just living out the best lives you possibly can as husband and husband. And I'm honored to have been here with you guys today, and I just love you both.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
And officiating.
Yeah, no problem. Well, so now, by the power vested in me, by the website that I clicked submit on randomly, I now pronounce you husband and husband.
Woo,
you may kiss the husband. Everybody, for the first time, Mr. RJ Larese and Cameron Choate.
Stuck in my head, stuck in my heart, stuck in my body. I wanna go, get out of here, I'm sick of the party. I run away with you. This is the part you're gonna say all that you're feeling. Picking a bag, leaving tonight when everyone's sleeping. Let's run away, I run away with you. Ooh, 'cause you make me feel
the parties. We're starting with RJ's party. We have Miss Tammy. Sorry, I'm drinking. Yes. We have Samara. Yes, work it. Annabelle. We have Ali. Go Ali. We have Lauren. Go Lauren. And Kara. And last but not least, Tim. Now all of you have to show us your best moves. Make our get down, yeah? All right, here we go with Cameron's party. Mary Kay. Where's your makeup, Mary Kay? We have Kristen. Jordan. Go, Lauren, go. Andrew. We have Katie. And Mallory. I also want to announce the Flower Girls, which is the reason why they met. And that's Alex. And last but not least, we have the officiants. We have John. Give it up for his haircut. It's good. All right. And now we have my two favorite lovers. My two favorite babies. We have RJ and Cameron, you guys. It's true. Bring out the best in me when you are around. Oh yeah. Things keep getting better. 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 Day, it's more than one day that you'll be here beside me. It's you and all of the things you do that make it alright. Things keep getting better. Things keep getting better. Things keep getting better. Things keep getting better. Things keep getting better.
All right, kitty cats, we have some amazing toasts coming up. Our very first one is RJ's mom. This is Laura, everybody.
No, I don't. Hello. I would like to thank all of you for being here today. I'm Laura, RJ's mom and Cameron's mother-in-law. I'm so happy today. When I look at RJ, I don't see RJ as he is now. I see him as a baby, my firstborn, and all the years in between. RJ has had some challenges when he was 9 and had his first heart surgery, when he was in high school and came out, and then his second surgery a few years ago before he met Cameron. He was brave for all three. I was afraid for him when he came out, but his best friends in high school stuck by him and were like his family. When he moved to LA, I was afraid that he was alone, and he made good friends here, and they became his family. Then he met Cameron, and now Cameron is his family, along with Cameron's parents, Leslie and Mark. And I forgot where I'm at. Okay. You are all here today, full of love and support. Thank you. Cameron, I love you. Love you too. Danny loves you.
I do. Love you too.
New favorite brother. Devin and Elaine love you.
I love them too.
RJ couldn't have picked a better son-in-law for me.
Oh.
Let's lift our glasses, even though I don't have a glass right now, and toast RJ and Cameron friends, and family.
Oh,
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you. You didn't cry. Good job.
Okay, thanks, Laura, for that. We have to follow you. I want to welcome RJ to the family. He's been a family member for the last 3.5 years, but now it's official. We love you, RJ. Yeah, you're just awesome. I want to say that the fact that you guys have the most awesome friends says a lot about the both of you together. And today was just a testament to the awesome friends and family that you have. We love you both. We're so happy for you.
Well, I'm Mark. I'm Cameron's dad. I won't add a lot, but I also want to second the friendship thing. Seeing the group of friends that have made it out here and made sure they made it to this special day, it shows what a great group of friends and family that these two individuals have. And it made their day that much more special. So I thank you, and I'm pretty sure they thank you all too. It's very special. Absolutely. But one thing, Cameron, we're extremely proud of you, the person you've grown up to be. We couldn't be more proud of you, the amazing, incredible person. And the fact that you found the same incredible person, an amazing person, two of you joined together, you're going to be unstoppable in this world. So we just congratulate both of you. RJ, welcome to the family. We love both of you. And you guys enjoy your evening and the rest of your lives together. All right?
Thank you. Love you guys.
Next up, we have the guy that everybody at the wedding wants to sleep with. Tim. That's Tim. Just me.
Oh my God. All right. Well, look, I have a piece of paper, and RJ, I don't think you'll mind because it's all about you. So, all right. So yes, I'm Tim. I'm RJ's friend. Some of you may think, based on the exchanges that you might have seen between RJ and me on Facebook, that I'm going to stand here and make fun of him. But I'm not going to do that because RJ has told me via countless emails, spreadsheets, and bulleted lists of instructions that this day is far too special for fun. I've known RJ for a long time. Our friendship has spanned over 2 decades, multiple continents, a string of good and bad relationships, countless concerts of female pop stars, and both of his noses. My earliest memory of RJ would have been in roughly 1996 when I was in 6th grade and he in 5th. I have this really distinct memory of walking down the hallway past the music room, and the door was open, and there was this aisle right down the center. And at the front of the aisle was RJ with his big, poofy black hair and his toothy smile, singing for the class. And that's all I remember, just that image. But since then, RJ has been significant in my life in some form ever since. You see, sorry, as a young boy in a conservative Midwestern suburb, RJ represented something to me. He was identifiable. He stuck out. And at 12 years old, I had this inkling that the thing that made him stick out was also possibly the thing that made me stick out as well. Of course, it's 2018, and I can just openly acknowledge that I am, of course, talking about the fact that RJ and I were and still are huge, raging Britney Spears fans. And having the shared experience of making that particular journey from childhood to adulthood in the same time and the same place has linked us in a way that I experience with no one else. Because you see, when you are a young boy in Novi and you are a Britney Spears fan, you feel like you're walking around with a target on your back. But I think that for RJ, that target was just bigger. And as is known by anyone who's been with him on New Year's Eve or at a formal event, RJ loves a sequin blazer. But he was wearing a metaphorical sequin blazer long before he ever found his way into a Zara and bought one. If I may risk sounding exactly like the inspirational memes that RJ and I send each other ironically, RJ has always sparkled. And at 14 years old, drawing that kind of attention to yourself by choice or otherwise means that you end up catching a lot of flack. But for RJ, that thing seemed to be, in adolescence, a vulnerability, ended up becoming in adulthood some sort of superpower. Because I believe RJ can probably do anything. Next page. I've watched him make TV shows happen, garner the impossible-to-get restaurant reservation, and upgrade every hotel room he's ever stayed in. And somehow he found in Cameron another Britney Spears fan to spend his life with. So Cameron, while I don't presume that this is news to you, here are a few things you should know about your husband. RJ is a good friend. He shows up even when you don't ask him to. And he makes you feel like he's taken, like the time he's taken to help you in some way wasn't even the smallest inconvenience. And what I think is possibly the truest sign of a friend, he will love who you love. I celebrated my 30th birthday with a group of friends over a weekend here in Palm Springs, which RJ planned in its entirety. And he somehow took it upon himself to include my sister by inviting her to fly from Michigan to surprise me, because that's what he does. He's always looking for a way to make things better. And as I think about it, just to have had the idea to orchestrate that would have required a thoughtfulness and an awareness that exceeds most people. Number 2, RJ is always looking for new ways to experience the world. And he doesn't hesitate to embrace those experiences and try new things. I can't tell you how many times I've received a text that said, go to this website in the next 30 minutes and buy this concert ticket or this flight to Iceland or audition to be on this game show. And then if I don't, he'll persist and I'll resist and roll my eyes and tell him to stop being so damn pushy. But most times I'll eventually succumb and do the thing. And because of that, we've climbed waterfalls in Iceland together. I escaped a whole winter in New York to work in LA. And of course, we spent a New Year's Eve in the front row with Britney Spears. I owe to RJ, to his hunger for life, and to his dogged persistence some of my favorite memories of the past several years of my life. And finally, Cameron, RJ is not invincible. He needs you too. He cannot fold clothes or pack a bag to save his life. Sometimes he'll need you to talk him off a ledge or to remind him that it's okay that he's not in control of every aspect of everything he touches. But mostly he'll just need you to be you, because you are the person he's fallen in love with, and with whom he has chosen to have a home adorned with photographs of Valerie Cherish and B. Arthur and the cast of The Hills. And when he and I were recently discussing our own mutual cynicism, it was you who he described as being pure and the balance that he needs. RJ said that this weekend would be special because of this group of people, all of you, would only ever assemble like this for, and I quote, the wedding and the funeral. While the former seems to have arrived right on time, I wish you both many years before the latter. And in between, endless days and nights filled with love, adventure, ironic pop culture fandom, and most of all, God willing, a new Britney residency every 3 to 5 years. Congratulations.
And it's been recorded. Welcome to the stage, Lauren. This is Cameron's best friend.
Can I just say, how beautiful is this wedding? I love it. Okay, I'm Lauren. So Cameron and I think, officially became friends in the most millennial way possible. It was on New Year's Eve, and it was over AOL Instant Messenger. We talked about all the important things, like That's So Raven, and which one of us had the better away message. I think it was me, but, But little did I know that conversation would turn into decades of friendship, lip sync battles, and eventually we'd be college roommates. Cameron is someone that I have always felt lucky to actually call my friend. He's very creative. We used to make up dances to Heidi Montag all the time. One time he asked my sister Alyssa to winter formal by jumping through her window in costume and scaring her. That is on YouTube. If anyone's interested, let me know. I've never seen this, by the way. I will show you it. It has a lot of views. It's great. Lost my place. All right, so Cameron also has his priorities right. In college, one time we skipped class to go meet Kim Kardashian at the launch of her cupcake line. That was really exciting. She left before we met her. It was kind of a bust.
We saw her in the car.
We saw her and we saw Chris, so I guess that's a win. Cameron also has really great taste. At our first party with alcohol, he stocked the bar with mint schnapps. Yes. I will remind you about this. But more than that, Cameron is a genuine person who never fails to make me laugh. I truly consider him one of the best people on this planet, and I am so grateful that you and I have remained friends over the years. So if you read their story on their website, you know that Cameron and RJ also connected in the most millennial way possible. Instagram likes. I unfortunately didn't get to meet RJ until like several months after you guys had started dating, but even from afar, it was very easy to see just how happy you made Cameron. All of a sudden, RJ arrived, and every time I talked to you, every time I saw you post something, you were off on some new adventure, from like trying all these crazy new restaurants to going off to Iceland and all these crazy trips. And it just seemed like you finally found someone to really push you out of your comfort zone and get you to live to the fullest, and I was so excited to see that. When I finally did meet RJ, it was kind of like seeing an old friend. He was so easy to talk to, so full of life, like I just loved him immediately. Since then we've been able to join you guys on some of your adventures from Vegas to Napa, and it's just been so fun to watch your relationship grow. RJ, I really couldn't I couldn't have imagined a better person for Cameron, and I'm really thankful that I can now call you a friend as well. Scrolling down. So I feel like the best couples are the ones that make each other better. So together, I think you guys are somehow even a greater version of the incredible people that you already are when you're together. I've said it before, but I've never been more excited to see any of my friends get married. This is a part where I'm probably going to cry, so I'm sorry. But you both mean the world to Jared and I, and God, we're so thankful to be a part of today, and we're always here for both of you, and I just can't wait to see where life takes you next. So I brought my drink up here so we could do a cheers. So to Cameron and RJ, we wish you both a life of love, adventure, and laughter. So cheers.
Next up, we have Kara.
Hello, everyone. Am I on that mic? Okay. So if you didn't know me from my dance moves, I'm Kara, and I've been lucky enough to know and love RJ for the last 20 or so years. Like so many my gay best friend love stories, ours began at theater camp. I had recently moved school districts, and my dear parents thought that musical theater was the express ticket to becoming the most popular new kid at school. Spoiler, it didn't work out for me. I remember seeing RJ before I formally met him, and I immediately assumed that he was some kind of junior camp counselor because of the way that he bossed other kids around and hung close to the camp staff. He wielded a clipboard full of very specific performance feedback and wore his camp uniform tucked into belted khaki cargo shorts with a certain kind of authority. And from the day I first laid eyes on his gigantic, contagious smile, I knew RJ was in a category all of his own. I'm not even joking about that category of his own thing. I'm pretty sure he had negotiated some kind of executive camper liaison position written in a manifesto that he probably wrote and then submitted to the camp director, CCing all staff. No, RJ is to watch him make his own path. I recognized him on the playground that fall, and while I did the new kid thing where I rehearsed how I would go up to him and break the ice, he walked across the playground basketball court, and he looked me right in the eye and reminded me who he was and how we knew each other. And it was memorable for a lot of reasons, most specifically because it was the last time RJ would ever set foot on a basketball court. Another memory from about that time, our mutual friend Lauren recalls the time when Beanie Babies were all the rage,
and RJ took it upon himself to make an informative pamphlet inventorying all known beanies and their corresponding statistics. He printed this out and distributed the packet of information to everyone in his class. I have watched RJ make this kind of forthright first impression for years. If he wasn't introducing himself, he's making the very generous introduction on your behalf. It's likely that everyone in this AstroTurf general area can recall the bold circumstance where RJ introduced himself or became best friends with your aunt, or sent flowers to your dog, or the first magical PowerPoint we received from RJ, probably written in Comic Sans, briefly outlining the 100 reasons why we simply must be best friends with him. Tonight we celebrate two people who met and fell in love, but also the way those two people brought all of us together. Another introduction. His personality and generosity is so big that he can wrap it around each one of us, and you feel as seen and supported as that awkward new kid on the playground 20 years ago. RJ gives me hope. The love that you and Cameron share gives us hope. Despite differences or divisions and the many complicated issues that we grapple with as a society, there are still people like RJ and the love that he shares with Cameron who choose love and authenticity over and over again. Minds open, hearts change, allies are made, hearts are big, even if they're broken. And the past few years, if the past few years have taught us anything, it's that the world needs more allies. Enjoy tonight. Have some margaritas, some of you already have. Hence my dancing. But when you wake up tomorrow and every day thereafter, choose love. Cheers to the miles ahead in the journey, RJ and Cameron, and I'm so glad that you're going to be traveling that road together.
Next up, we have Katie.
Hi, everyone. All of these speeches have been so amazing, so it's going to be a little hard to follow. I met Cameron when I was in the 2nd grade through our friend Mallory. And if you had asked me back then if I'd be giving a toast at his wedding, I'd say, of course not. The bride doesn't make a toast at her wedding. I had a huge crush on you back then. You knew that. RJ, you are one lucky man. When Cameron and I were kids, Mallory, and I would make up the most ridiculous and elaborate music videos and scenarios, most of which were videotaped or performed live for our parents. One of my favorite memories is when the three of us brainstormed. We were trying to come up with the perfect Mother's Day present. So, of course, we were like, oh, a music video to Shaggy's It Wasn't Me. We gave our moms VHS copies. I remember my mom never played hers. Thankfully, the choreography was not true to the lyrics. Cameron was always the creative director, always the funniest person in the room, and I'm so lucky to have grown up with you my whole life, since 2nd grade, because those years were just filled with so much laughter and ridiculousness. When we were in high school, Cameron, our friend Blair, and I decided to film a fake episode of Dr. Phil. And Blair and I were feuding Disney characters, and he was Dr. Phil, of course. And by the end of the night, I think we were just dying because Cameron just kept saying, "How stupid can you be?" I was lucky enough to be Cameron's senior prom date, and I think it says a lot about Cam that he let me rock heels, and we still danced the night away. It was a great time. Cameron's such an amazing person, so much fun, and because of that, I was a little nervous to meet RJ for the first time. I met RJ for the first time at Cameron's parents' house, and I was immediately so impressed with how warm and open RJ was, how much energy and enthusiasm he brings to everything in life, and I felt that immediately. It makes me so happy to know that Cameron, who is so fun and vivacious and has such a sharp wit, has truly met his match. I'm so excited to see what mountains you guys are going to climb together. We're also honored to kick off the rest of your life together. When I was in Thailand, I learned a saying. It translates to you are a part of me, a part I cannot live without, and I hope and I pray that I never will. Thank you. Dessert wine is out.
Light reflects from your shadow. It is more than I thought could exist. You move through the room like breathing was easy. If someone believed me, they would be as in love with you as I am. They would be as in love with you as I am. They would be as in love with you as I am. They would be in love, love, love. And every day I'm learning about you, the things that no one else sees. And the end comes too soon, like dreaming of angels. And leaving without them. And leaving without them. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love, 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 love. And with words unspoken, a silent devotion, I know you know what I mean. And the end is unknown, but I think I'm ready as long as you're with me. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love with you as I am. Being as in love, love, love.
Now welcome the groom's moms.
Dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere dare to? Oh why can't oh, someday I wish upon a star. Wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
This is terrible. How am I supposed to do this? Go in. Oh my gosh.
That's what she said.
Okay, that's what the throuple said. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Do you have to say what these are? Oh, this is a good song. It's all right now. We should make it smaller, right?
Oh, you're so cute.
Then there's a plate right over there in front.
Oh, it goes on a plate? Oh. Wait.
Don't saturate.
We're running.
Kiss each other. No.
My two favorite things, Cameron and King.
And my cake.
Who's this little one? Hi, Blair.
A sea of gold. I'm way too low on my way. Dance like we are the world. We are the world. Dance like we are the world. We are the world. Dance like we are the world. We are the world. Dance like we are the world.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through. I'll always get what I'll aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win? You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool, give in. I'll always get what I'll aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win? You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool.